I'm just dancing to zero music. What's up, guys? Welcome to the live stream. How exciting. Okay, first off, I realized I need to open up the YouTube window to get the chat so I can see what you're saying. But wow, it's been a while since I've done a live stream. So bear with me for like 2 seconds while I just sort this out. In the meanwhile, hello, welcome. Why don't you guys tell me your name, where you from? Let's do that. My channel. I'm just sorting out the stuff. Is my sound all wonky? Uh-oh. Did I mess up all the sound? Oh, I hope not. Alright, give me a sec. I have like 2 laptops going. Don't know what I'm doing with my life. Does it look good at least? Oh, tell me something. Tell me it looks good. And I will see if I can fix. YouTube's not working? Good times. Might have crashed the internet. Good time. Why am I not on 5G? Alright, let's fix that. Sorry guys. 1 sec. Alright. Sound is a bit low. Oh, okay. How do I turn up the volume? Sorry, guys. No, that's not what I want. Properties. Is that better? Is that better? It might be echoey now. Oh, man. Here I am, just trying. Alright, I think I've got this now. Sounds good? Video's good? Happy dappy days? Welcome to my live stream. Like I said, let me know where you guys and gals are from because I want to know who's joining me today. Because today I'm doing a live stream. I think the last live stream I did was in April, maybe? That was when I was like really into live streaming and then I just stopped. Good story. Love it. But yeah, so today is a special day because we are writing postcards to you guys. That's right. So I have, well, 2 reasons for this stream. One is it is part of YouTube Giving Week. So you'll see a blue button. Wait, I don't know which side of the screen this is going to be on. It's either going to be on that side of the screen or it's going to be on that side of the screen. It's on one of the sides of the screens. There's a blue button for St. Jude's Children's Hospital and they're raising money. We're helping raise money. And so if you want to donate, that button is there for you. So thank you in advance for any of your donations. And back to the postcards. Another thing I'm going to be doing is writing you guys and gals postcards. I have a whole bunch of them from my travels, to anybody that wants to donate to St. Jude's. So I'm going to kind of figure this out as we go. But I figured, yeah, as a way to kind of say thank you and also to like give back. So that's kind of the plan. And also I'll be answering all your guys' questions, travel related questions as well. So yeah. Yeah, that's how we're doing it. So let's start with that. Ask away the questions that you guys have. And if, I guess, I don't know when we want to start on the postcards. I guess at any time, if you guys want a postcard, I think there's a super chat. So 2 ways that we're going to go about this, because all the money, one, that's raised by super chat. So if you guys know super chat, it's a way to donate live stream. All that money is going to go to St. Jude's, the Children's Hospital, which again, I don't know which side of the screen it's on. I think it's on that side of the screen, that side. You can donate directly to St. Jude's, or you can donate via super chat and I will give your donation to St. Jude's. But if you want a postcard, you just do a donation via super chat. I will write you a postcard and I'll send that donation to St. Jude's. That's kind of how it's gonna go. But yeah, let's start with some questions, shall we? I hope that's clear. If that doesn't make sense, let me know in the text and I can kind of help clear that up. Yeah. Where is my next destination? Okay. My next destination is not until January. How exciting. So I'm kind of going to be a little homebody for the next month, which doesn't sound very exciting, but it's going to be really exciting for you guys because I have some plans in the work, the things that I want to do that you will really enjoy, you will benefit from, but I just need time to do it. So that's what December is going to be about. And but in January, I'm gonna be heading to Africa, and we're gonna be doing some really cool travels around there. It's probably the continent I know the least. I've explored the least, and I can't wait to go back and do a whole bunch more travels. So that's kind of fun. Yeah. Biggest trip for 2019. I want to say that's it, but I also have a big trip planned in the fall as well. Of the places I've never been, which one do I want to visit the most? So many places. And one of them I'm probably going to be doing next year. I think to me, Egypt. Spoiler alert, you guys know where I'm possibly going January. I haven't booked my tickets yet. I have December to do that. But Egypt has just been like, I feel like it's like the first place you learn about in high school, elementary school even, and it's just so, I don't know, I'm just really excited for it. How do I manage? So Mason True. I'll shout you guys out if you're asking questions. I just realized that. I'm like, oh, you know what? I'll shout you guys out. Mason True. How do you manage souvenirs, especially on long trips? How do you get small things where you travel? Honestly, I feel like I stopped souvenir shopping. It's just not happened in many years now. I feel like the last souvenir trip that I went I did souvenir shopping for was Russia, and that was last summer, and well, not this summer, so like not a few months ago, but summer 2017. It was yeah, that was my last souvenir trip, and that was because my dad was with us and he really wanted souvenirs, and so yeah. But I don't actually buy souvenirs anymore. I did a video of like all my souvenirs from my past travels, which I used to buy a lot more, and now I just don't buy anymore. I don't know what happened. Also, I went blurry for some reason. I don't know how that happened. I think I'll clear up. Anyways, Kathleen, thank you for your super chat. That's going to be going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. So first I'll answer your question, and then I'm going to write you a postcard. And yes, so we get to choose maybe which one you get. Sure. Also, I don't know if I'm blurry still. You were going to Paris and Amsterdam solo in January, so don't carry your passport in a pouch under your clothes. Yes. Okay. The fanny passport pouches. It is honestly the most awkward thing. Nobody really uses them anymore. Like, no long-term travelers use the passport pouches anymore because they just draw attention to you. The only reason or scenario that I would suggest using those passport pouches in is if you are sleeping overnight on, like, not in a private space, like on a public train or something that like somebody could come into your room. That sounds very sketchy. Or if you're sleeping on the floor sometimes. These things happen when you travel. That is the only time I recommend having like a pouch that's like on your waist with you, because it's hard to keep track of your bags when even if you like snuggle around it. So what I would say is keeping your passport in just the most hidden part of your bag. Like, do not make it accessible at all from like behind, in front, from any pickpockets. That's realistically the best way to carry it. Chances are no one's gonna like steal your big bag from you. They're just gonna pickpocket on a small pouch, and even that, I feel like there's not a high chance that's gonna happen. So yeah, I mean, to each their own. Obviously, if you want to wear a fanny passport pouch, you could totally do it, but I don't think it's necessary. Like I said, just a very safe pocket in your bag that you know, like your day bag that you're never gonna take off, that you that you keep with you at all times when you're traveling, or when you're leaving the hotel, keep it in a safe at the hotel. That is honestly the best, safest place, or your locker in a hostel, safest thing. Anyways, Kathleen, tell me, which postcard would you like? So we got a couple options here. What we got? Oh, I should have like cut some of these out. So I have a Edinburgh, an Antigua, or I got a India one. So I got Taj Mahal, India. Let me know which one you want. I will write that to you, and can you please email me? I'm gonna put this in. I wish I could like, there, admin@heynadine.com. If you could please email me your mailing address at admin@heynadine.com, I will write you that postcard, and just tell me which one you want. Sounds good? Okay. Jonick, how many times per minute do you check your personal belongings when you're at an airport? I feel like I have my wallet, passport, phone every like 10 seconds. Okay, so you're one of those people? I'm one of those people. I always just have like my most valuable things in a little like side pack right in front of me, like all the time, or in my backpack. Like, I'm just always aware of my personal space. I've tried to become less paranoid, but I feel like being paranoid has just helped me not get my stuff lost or stolen. I mean, it's only happened technically once on my travels. That's another story. But yes, quite a bit. Sashil, you booked your first international solo trip to Vietnam. Totally normal to be scared and nervous. I get it. That is a normal feeling. I was so scared before my first solo trip, but how very exciting. Vietnam is a awesome country. Like, lots of things to do, really not difficult to travel around. If you speak English, they speak English. And even that, they have a lot of tourist infrastructure. It's been on the backpacker trail for a while, so you'll have a really great time, and yeah, it'll be different than anywhere else you've been, but really exciting. Kim, you've inspired me to travel the world. Oh, exciting. And you climbed Atlas Mountain in Morocco. That is amazing. That is awesome. Congratulations. So cool. I'm gonna go back up. Would you like to travel Puerto Rico one day? Obviously, I'd love to go. There are many places that I've want to go to. That's on my list still. And you are also going overseas to Europe for a first time on a Kentucky. Congratulations. Kentuckys are awesome. I actually wrote like a whole blog post on my blog, hanydine.com. Just Google Kentucky. It'll list kind of like a rundown of what you can expect for your Kentucky trip, if you're interested in that. When am I visiting India again? I have no idea. I was just there last year. That was like my biggest trip of last year. I feel like I've slowed down like quite a bit when it comes to like big trips. I'm one, for monetary reasons. It's just, you know, it's expensive to travel all the time. So what I like to do is kind of plan one big trip throughout the year, and that's like my like big trip. I do a lot of other like travel trips, or I'll do like sponsor trips and kind of like split those in between, but there's always like one really big trip that I do, and then I kind of can go, I don't know, I feel like just for me, longevity wise, I don't get burnt out, and it's just, I have something I really look forward to, and like I can just budget my money a lot better when I do like some smaller trips and then like one bigger trip. Dawn, you are headed to Montreal and Quebec in June. Is there any places you didn't show? Hold on. Getting back up. Any places you didn't show in your video that you wish you had seen? I would say Quebec City. Because we were there, Dawn, we were there for Carnival. So it's the big winter carnival. So a lot of the stuff that we did was carnival related. And so I wish we had more time to explore Quebec City and all the things that were involved with it, and not just doing the carnival. But the carnival was great. It just, we were only there for a few days, so we did a bit of that. Matthew, thank you for your super chat. That's going to be going to St. Jude's Children's Hospitals. Like, you guys, if you're just joining me and you missed my whole spiel, we're doing the super chat to help raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You'll see a blue donate button at the top corner where you can donate to help fund children's cancer research. It's an amazing organization. You can read up more about them. There's links up on the sidebar. I am not speaking my words today. Just not the best. And I'm writing postcards to you guys and gals if you do a super chat donation. So if you do a super chat donation in this live stream, which you'll see, Matthew just did one, that will go to St. Jude's Hospital. I'll be donating all of those at the end of the stream right to them, and you'll get a postcard, which I will write to you. So Matthew, if you could please, I will answer your question, but if you could please email me at admin@hanydine.com. I will write that again in the text. I think that went through. Yeah, admin@hanydine.com. Write me your mailing address and tell me which postcard would you like to receive. I have Scotland, I have India, and I have Antigua. So let me know which one you want, and I will write that to you. And now to answer your question. LTA Summit! Yes, how awesome. You are currently packing for a 6-week trip to Banff, Cape Town, Hong Kong, LA. Wow, that's gonna be amazing. Any suggestions for places to visit or packing tips for multiple climates? Yes. India card. Done. All right. You already said which card you want. So packing for multiple climates is probably one of the trickiest ways to pack, especially when one of those is a winter climate. And I'm assuming you're going soon because you are currently packing. Banff is going to be snowy, like really snowy. You are going to want proper winter boots, and you're going to want a proper winter jacket. Unfortunately, the kind of like winter boots, hiking boots that you need, you're probably definitely not going to need in Hong Kong, Cape Town, or LA afterwards. So 2 ways you can do this. You can either buy a pair of boots, and I don't really recommend this route, but some people do it. They just throw them out or donate them afterwards. So you can just donate them to a fellow traveler. If you are staying at a hostel, I guarantee you someone will love and appreciate those boots. Assuming they're not boots that you love and cherish, the ones that you might have just bought for that trip. Another option is you can ship them back home. The option I don't recommend is throwing them out. I know people do, but like you're just wasting good boots. So, you know, environment. Let's not do that if we don't have to. But shipping them home is another way that you can do it. If it's like at the beginning of your trip, if Banff is like more in the middle of your trip, then you kind of just have to accept that you're going to be carrying some big bulky boots with you, and there's nothing you can do about it. The other thing that you can kind of squeeze in is accessories. So toques, so beanies, if you're American, gloves, those are not overly big items, but jackets are. So if you can layer your jackets, so if you bring like a more compactable, I have a like puffy jacket. You know puffy jackets? They're like puffy, they're puffy and they're jackets. If you bring one of those puffy jackets with you and then like some warmer sweaters, you can kind of layer it up and like an outer jacket shell. That's what I'm trying to say. Layers are your friend. So you don't have one big winter jacket, you have a couple items that you could use for like if it starts raining when you're in Cape Town, you have a rain jacket. You know, if it's a little bit chillier, you have a puffy jacket, but it's not too hot. That's my tips. So hope that helped. Thank you for your question. And yeah. Stopping by Iceland. Yeah. So going for Canada, Europe, and then coming back to Europe en route to Asia. So that's what I recommend. Layers, and then figure out a way to manage the boots because you're gonna want and need good boots. But like I said, another way is just donate the boots when you're after if you don't want to carry them around or mail them. Kimmy, have I ever been to New Orleans and what would you recommend to do? I have been to New Orleans. New Orleans? I think it's pronounced New Orleans. It is really awesome. I love New Orleans. It's one of my favorite US cities. New Orleans, Boston, Savannah. I feel like those are like 3 of my favorite US cities. And unfortunately though, I wasn't there for very long, so I don't have like a ton of recommendations for things to do, and I'm trying to remember what I did there. I feel like I ate food, I toured Old Town, went to a jazz bar, listened to some great music. I was there in the wintertime, so it wasn't like it was cold, but yeah. Anyways, good luck with that. All right. Oh, I was gonna say one more thing. New Orleans. Just Google maybe. In my old videos, this is like 2014, I have a video from New Orleans. If you Google it, then hopefully it'll give you some inspiration. But yeah. All right, back to Super Chat. Sherry, thank you so much for $10. That's going to St. Jude's. I'm sure they will very much appreciate it. And you get a postcard. So let me know which postcard you would like. Like I said, it's the same thing. Antigua, Edinburgh, or Taj Mahal, India. So email me. So you guys, Super Chat, I feel like I wish I could pin this somehow. admin@heynadine.com. Email me your mailing addresses and I can send those out to you and I will answer your questions. So thank you, Sherry. You are currently planning your first long solo trip in February. 6 months. That is amazing. It's so exciting. Where would you recommend for the first destination for an easy, safe start? First destination's easy, safe start. I always recommend, depending on how big you're going, 6 months is a long time. I'm not sure if you've broken it down into kind of regions. I'm not sure if you looked into round the world tickets. I'd look into round the world tickets if you haven't already, because that's a great way to save a bunch of money if you're traveling for a long period of time and going to multiple places. But anywhere in Asia, Southeast Asia specifically. So Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, Singapore, Bali, Indonesia. Bali's so easy. Australia, New Zealand, anywhere in that kind of area, so easy for first timers starting out, and anywhere in Europe. And I would say, with this asterisk, anywhere in Europe that is your big stop, most common tourist destinations. So you're France, Spain, Greece, Switzerland, Austria, Netherlands, the UK. All these places are super easy to get around because they're there's just so much information out there. Like, so many people have blogged about it. There's a lot of resources, so they're really great like starting places, and then you can kind of venture off, because both of those kind of regions are they're very close to a lot of things, and you can kind of go into more in-depth areas and different areas that are not necessarily right on the tourist trail, but also awesome. The only place I don't really I never really recommend South America for first-time travelers. South America is awesome if you have a bit more, like, once you've started. I mean, it might be great for you to go near the end of your 6 months. Again, I don't really know whereabouts you're going, but South America is just a bit trickier, because if you're an English speaker, they speak Spanish or Portuguese, and not a lot speak English. It's just a little bit more trickier to navigate when you're first getting started. But have an awesome trip. It sounds so great. Ivan, thank you for your super chat donation. That's, again, you guys, all the super chats are going to St. Jude's Hospital. Blue button up at the top. If you want to donate directly to them, you could do that as well. So Ivan, thank you so much. And Edinburgh postcard, definitely. I'm gonna have to like put these in an order some sort, but just email me if you did super chats, and I'll send you guys the postcards. But thank you. What do you recommend being the amount of people to bring on a group travel trip without being too cumbersome and compromising for travel? So I'm assuming you are doing your own group trip, correct? I'm hoping this is correct. That you're not doing like an organized group tour, you're trying to organize yourself. 4 people is, in my opinion, the best number for a group trip. 4 to 6. 8 is, I would say, borderline max. Like, if you feel more comfortable, you could do 8, but 8 people is a lot of people, and you're generally going to have a lot more conflicting opinions on what to do, where you guys want to go, what activities you're interested in. So so that's kind of a good number. I like 4 to 6. That's a really good one. 8, again, if you're feeling more comfortable. So I hope that answered your question. Thanks again. Remember to email me so I can get your mailing address. Henry, thank you. Good morning. Good morning to you too. Did you want a postcard from remember all these donations going to St. Jude's? Just making sure people know. If you do, let me know. I'll send you one. Edmund@nadine.com. Mail me send me your mailing address. Kathleen, thank you so much. Well, St. Jude's thanks you for your super chat. You're taking a day trip to Ghent, Belgium from Amsterdam. Very cool. I have not been there. So unfortunately, I don't actually have any recommendations for you, but I'm sure it's going to be an awesome trip. And I'm sure you'll have a really great time. I'm jealous because I love chocolate, and I know Belgium has some great chocolate. So yeah, if you want a postcard, let me know. I could send you one for your super chat. admin@nadine.com. Just email me your mailing address and we'll do that. Sandra, thank you so much for your question. What was your most like place in Slovenia? So tricky. I love Slovenia. It's really cool. I think an area that I really enjoyed and I wish I had more time to explore was Lake Bohum. Lake Bohum. It was closer up to the Tatras. Is it Tatras? No, it's Slovakia. I'm getting myself confused. Trying to remember now. Well, one, I have family in Maribor, so a little bit biased there. But when we were like Lake Bled and I think it's Lake Bohum, there were some other mountain areas and trails that looked really beautiful. Unfortunately, we were there in the wintertime, so we couldn't go hike them, but I would love to go back and explore that. So yeah. I'm going back to your questions. Cassie, all right, I got your question. Going to India 2 weeks, and then after, a week in cold Brussels. And then you should, okay. Then you'll be in Brussels, and I have no idea how to pack, and you should just buy all your clothes in India. Again, so back to the whole multiple climates thing. You're going to hot, and then you're going to cold. You definitely don't need to throw all your clothes away. One thing about India is it's probably going to be very warm, but you are going to be covered up. Like, it's very, you're not wearing like t-shirts and shorts. You're wearing, generally like, well, yeah, t-shirts is fine, but like not like tank tops. And you're wearing like longer pants. So a lot of that you can kind of use again in Brussels. Layers is really great. The tricky part about doing the cold after is that you're gonna have a hard time finding cold clothing in India. So you either have to bring it with you and just accept that you're gonna be carrying that for your India section of the trip, or as soon as you get to Brussels, go shopping in Brussels. And then just get, again, layers. A good, like, layered outer jackets is good, and then boots. I feel like those are your biggest things. Like, you can always buy mitten, like you can buy gloves and you can buy toques and scarves and like all those accessories when you're in Brussels, but your biggest expense items are your jackets and your boots. So if you can kind of bring what you have, that'll help. But yeah. Henry, thank you for your super chat. That is going to St. Jude, so thank you for that. You just logged in. I'm glad you like the postcards. What travel plans this coming winter? Am I coming back to California? Yes, so I mentioned at the very beginning of this chat that I am planning on going to Africa. I'm just really excited. Like I said, it's the area I have explored the least. So Africa region, I only done South Africa, that is it. I'm going back, it's gonna be a really big trip. So December, I got nothing. I'm at home. It's gonna be the couch life for DD, super not exciting, but I've got amazing videos coming out because it's all my end of year wrap-ups. So they're like my favorite videos of the year. I want to spend time editing them. I want to spend time organizing my big trip for January, and I want to spend time doing some cool things for you guys that I know you'll love, but they take time. So that's kind of the plan. And then in February, I have some more, March, I have some more wintry travels that I'm still kind of finalizing yet. One of them is going to be Ottawa, some more Canada winter stuff. And the other ones I'm still finalizing. So I don't want to say too much yes. And yes, I am coming back to California, but that'll be in the summertime. So thank you, Henry, for a postcard, to say thank you for your donation to St. Jude's. Just send me an email at admin@nadine.com. I'm going to type it in the tag chat. I wish there was a way I can pin my own chat. I don't know. Wish there was. At admin@handy.com. Can I pin it? No, I could just remove it. Well, anyways. Will you ever discover more? Will you ever bring back the skits you used to do in Etc. Nadine, or is it just travel vlogs from now on? So I'm kind of trying to, well, one, I don't think the skits are ever coming back. That was something I enjoyed when I was 19 and 20, and I'm not 19 and 20 anymore. So unfortunately, they have no plan on returning. I just don't feel like creating that kind of content. But that being said, I do want to create some new type of content for you guys, and I would love, I mean, if you have any thoughts on what you would love to see more on this channel, or what you would even like to see less, that's helpful as well. Things that would, let me know in this chat. That's the beauty of the live stream. It's one-on-one. So December, I'm just kind of like, I'm just trying to think and figure out what it is I kind of want to do. So I don't have an answer. I'm figuring it out. All right. Questions. Matthew, thank you for sending that email. Do I collect any form of miles and points? I do. The only one I really collect no, I have 3 that I kind of collect at the moment. One is my bank card. So in Canada, TD has the Aeroplan. Okay, sorry, going on a tangent here. In Canada, there's only 2 major airlines that fly out. WestJet and Air Canada. That's about it. Air Canada is with Star Alliance. WestJet is just WestJet. So I collect WestJet points because I fly lots just to get anywhere from where I live. The second is Air Canada Aeroplan points, which are also Star Alliance points. So anything in the Star Alliance, I use toward that, and that's where I actually, like, all my big trips, I buy my tickets on my points for that, because they're credit card points, so I put everything on my credit card. I pay it off, of course. So I'm not like a big travel like hacker for points and stuff. I know there's a lot more people that utilize it a lot better than I do, but it's just, in Canada, it's harder than if you're in the US or in the UK. We just don't have a lot of options. So I collect those, and I also collect BA and American Airline points, because that's a One World Alliance. And then I have one with, I think it's, I want to say Korean Air, but I don't really use that much because I don't fly that alliance, which is the SkyTeam. I don't really fly SkyTeam that much, even though WestJet's kind of part of it. So yeah. Ooh, okay. Oh, you're welcome, Casey. Oh, thanks, Sandra. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just, just thinking, because, like, obviously, I've been on YouTube for a while now, and I like to change up my content. I like to see, what people are interested in watching, and if you're not interested in watching, then it's time to change it up. That is the joys of YouTube. So yeah, just figuring it out still. So, and also I've got like just bigger plans for 2019. It's gonna be a good year. I have a feeling 2019 is gonna be an awesome year. Pack leader. Yeah, this is a hard question. Your question of how to travel if you're taking care of your grandparents, is it possible? I have done travels with my grandparents before. I don't have any grandparents anymore, unfortunately. They've all passed, but it was really hard, and I don't recommend it, like traveling with your grandparents if they're not well. It's not a great experience. I'm not gonna go too in depth on this. Maybe like it'll be a bigger video, like a video in the future, but it's a harder one. The biggest thing is just balancing like smaller trips. So like do like a smaller trip for yourself, but also like if you want to be there with them, spend that time with them, because you can always go travel. Travel is not going anywhere. You have lots of time in the world. Your grandparents, on the other hand, I don't know. So that's kind of how I do it. I just kind of try smaller trips for yourself, so if you can, so you don't lose your sanity. You still get that travel, but nothing too big. I don't know. I feel like a more in-depth video would be an accurate way to do that, but hope that helped. Any recommendations for cities to stay in Croatia? I loved Croatia when I was there. I was there in 2012, so it's probably a lot different than it is now. But I really loved Korčula. Korčula was awesome. The city of Korčula, or the island of Korčula. It's smaller. It's not as like crazy. Hvar was like party island, but really cool. Bol was like beachy. I say beachy because it's like rocky beach, but it was really pretty and smaller. Split was your main center of stuff. Dubrovnik is obviously tourist central. They're all awesome cities. I recommend them all. You're all gonna get something different from them. But yeah, just Zagreb was just a big city, but we were there during the food festival, so lots of cafes. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Cassie. Ah, thanks, Henry. Yeah, just so you guys know, if you're just joining me, I'm sorry if you've already heard this like 5 times. I apologize. But, yeah. We're doing... we're speaking, Nadine. We're raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You'll see there's a blue button on the corner there where you can donate directly to St. Jude's Hospital. But I'm also doing all the super chat donations are going to St. Jude's as well. And if you do a super chat, I'm writing you guys postcards. So I have 3 different ones: Edinburgh, Antigua, and India. So Taj Mahal. I actually bought this booklet off a little boy that was selling it when I was just outside the Taj Mahal. We just finished seeing it, and it's like it's like like postcards. I don't know when they were taken, but it's authentic, and he was really cute, and from the Taj Mahal. So, yes, postcards. These are postcards I'm writing to you guys if you do a super chat donation as a thank you for donating to St. Jude's. But yeah. Also, thank you for joining me in this live stream. Sorry, it's a bit chaotic. I haven't done a live stream in a long time, and I'm trying to like do 5 things at once. It's not how my brain works. My brain works on one task. I am not a multitasker. I am a single tasker. That is how I succeed. It's just focusing on one thing and just getting it done instead of multiple things. Anita, is there any place you've traveled you wouldn't recommend because you didn't enjoy it? This is a tricky one. There are multiple places that I didn't care for, but other people love. But I don't think I'd not recommend traveling there. I personally didn't care for it as much. I'm trying to think of like places off the top of my head. It's so tricky because like my experiences could be totally different than your experiences, and so you might love it, and yeah, I don't know. I've thought of doing this in like a video of like places that like disappointing travel places or places that I didn't really enjoy as much. Maybe a future video. I need to like think about this more because I don't want to say I dislike a place, because here's the thing, like when I first went to London, I didn't care for London. I didn't get what was so awesome about it, but then I went back to London, and then I moved to London, and then I fell in love with London. So some places take a little bit longer to, you know, find your groove and figure out what you love about it, and other places you just like get that right away. Sandra, after all your travels, is there still a big thing you want to do for a while but you could never do it yet? Do you mean like in travels? Like is there like a destination that I really want to do but I can't do it yet? Or like life? Life. Let me know. Alex, where there? Any recommendations for long backpacking trip around Central and South America? Learn Spanish. Learn Spanish. Learn Spanish. Learn Spanish. That is the #1 recommendation because everybody speaks Spanish. You can get by with English, but you'll be a lot more successful with Spanish. Sandra. Okay, travel or life. Travel. I still feel like lots of Africa. I mean, I know I'm going there next January. In January I'm going to Africa, but there's so, like, Africa is a huge continent, and I hate just being like, Africa, because it's so different. Each country is so different, and there's a lot of places I have yet to explore there, and I want to learn more, and I want to see more of it. I've done a lot of travel in South America, not as much in Central America. I've done a ton in Europe. I've done a bunch in, like, I've done all Australia, New Zealand, and Southeast Asia. I still haven't done Japan or Korea, but I have plans for those. I've done Russia. I want to do the stands, like Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan and some of those. Those are also on my list. My list is pretty big still, but I think Africa and Antarctica, because Antarctica's just Antarctica, but it's crazy expensive to do it, and yeah. I'm working on it. It's just really expensive to go to Antarctica, and so, like, with the same money, I'm like, well, I could travel to these other places. Yeah, it's on my list. Know Me, Playlist Live. I've never been to Orlando Playlist Live. I feel like it's just never been to it. I've always wanted to go. I just haven't. They need to invite me. That's the thing. I mean, mind you, I could just go, but they get mad at you. Like, legit, guys. If you're a YouTuber and you have, like, any size audience and you, like, go to these events, they just get mad at you if you're not in, like, the right places. I don't think they get mad at me, though. I'll just put on a disguise. I'll be cool. Mahela? I've never been to Japan. It's on my list. It's so high on my list. I've never been, so I unfortunately don't have any recommendations, but I did a collaboration with my friends, Joe, about Japan and all the places to go. So if you go check it out, it's on my channel. Just Google Japan on my channel. You can see what that recommended. Justin, okay. Have I learned to speak any other languages besides English? I'm the worst. I've tried Spanish. I've had to learn French here in Canada. Tried some Slovenian. Tried some Czech. I'm the worst. It's like, I'm the worst at learning languages. It honestly was my worst subject in school. By far, was English and French. I was amazing at math and science and all that jazz, but I was not very good at English and French, and I just have a lot of issues. I struggle with it, and so I just don't do it because you don't really need it in a lot of places. But yeah, so yeah. Sandra, it's on my list. It's on my list, Sandra. There are plans for it to happen. I just haven't done it yet. Matthew, I never fly business class. Unless somebody is gifting me business class, or I get upgraded, which has happened once ever. I've only ever once been twice upgraded to business. I never use my points for business class because I just I just can't justify it. I mean, I could get so many more flights with just regular economy than my business class. I'm not the best at flight hacking and all that jazz. I know there's a lot of other YouTubers that are a lot better than me. I'm not great at flight hacking. So I do not maximize my points. This is where I fail as a travel vlogger. Yeah, places to work, things to work on. Mikal. So this is a great question. What do I do more often? Visit the touristy spots or have adventures of your own and see underrated spots? I have this, maybe you guys can help me here. I have this issue where when I'm in a place, I want to visit the iconic spots of this place. There's a reason why the touristy places are the most touristy places, because they're generally the best, the biggest, the most exciting, and the most unique thing to do in that place. That's why it's become a touristy attraction, because they're the best things to do. So obviously, if I'm in a place that I've never been to before, I want to see these big spots. But I also want to see and get not necessarily always that touristy, like, photo, feel like I'm in a zoo sort of scenario. When I'm visiting a place, I want to experience and see what it's actually like for locals. Like, what is it like to actually live in this place without living, because I'm not living in this place, I'm just there for a few days or so, and how can I experience that for myself? This is always a gamble, though. Whenever you go off the beaten path and you're always trying something new and something you don't necessarily know or underrated, it could be a miss. It's very hit or miss. Those big touristy spots, you know, are going to be pretty much a hit every time, because there's a bajillion million people that have done it before you. These underrated spots, though, you don't necessarily know, and sometimes I've been to these underrated spots and they've just been just really bad. Like, not worth it, a waste of time, and just didn't really get the experience from those places. Sometimes, though, they've been amazing. It's just really hit or miss. So I try to balance it out, because if I just went to the underrated spots, then I could have a whole miss of a trip, and I feel like I never saw that city or place that I went to, because, you know, or if I just went to the touristy spots, then I just feel like I've checked off a list and I haven't really gotten that feel. It's a balance. That's what I'm trying to say. Bilad? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. You just finished high school in Kenya. Congrats on finishing high school. How do you travel if you got zero money? You can travel on very little money. Unfortunately, traveling on zero money is just not really possible. You can try and make it work. It's not saying it's impossible, but like all things that you're gonna do in life, most things require money. Living requires money. Eating requires money. Traveling requires money as well, but it doesn't require nearly as much as you think. If you're in Kenya, do you live in Kenya? There are lots of places that are amazing that you can get to that are closer to you than are farther away. So 2 recommendations. 1 is you save up for that big trip, that dream trip. 2, working holiday visas. I'm not sure which countries. That's something you'll have to look into depending on what your nationality, like if it's just Kenyan or what other nationalities you have. Working holiday visas or just visas in general are a great way to work and live in another country and kind of travel as you're going about. That's how I did it. Like I had no money and I wanted to go travel, and I found a working holiday visa, so I moved to New Zealand and I worked in New Zealand while I did little trips to Southeast Asia and all around New Zealand in the process. So that was how I founded it. But yeah, another options are of course house sharing sites, so like couch surfing. One is called home share. I've never done home. It's where you basically are watching people's homes for them. Another thing is sometimes hostels will offer, you can like stay at a hostel for free if you do some work. You have to kind of talk to each hostel. This isn't one that everybody does, but sometimes you can do it. There are other ways that you can kind of fund as you go along. I don't recommend hitchhiking places if you would, but that is another option for you. I do not recommend that. But there are ways to make it work on smaller amounts of money than bigger amounts of money. And there's definitely ways to do smaller trips and then kind of save up for that bigger trip. But yeah. Have I ever been to Hong Kong? No, I have not been to Hong Kong. I've been through the airport many times. Great airport. Never been to Hong Kong though. Digital nomad tips. Internet is the best. Realistically, is your life will rely on internet and having a good internet connection. So everything else is easy. Finding good internet is a challenge. Mind you, when I was like full digital nomad many years ago, I feel like internet was a lot harder to come by. I feel like the world has improved in that sense, which is great for you guys. But I don't really do a ton of like work on the road aside from like emails and like social media posts. I tend to edit all my videos when I come home. Sometimes I edit on the road, but not really. I try to avoid that nowadays and just edit when I'm at home and upload when I'm at home. It's just a lot easier and not as exhausting, and then I can focus more on my travels. That's kind of how I just do it nowadays. You're welcome. Rebecca, how do you get the currency of the country you're traveling to before you leave? Do you order at the bank? Yes, you order at the bank. It doesn't do currency exchange. They order it in for you. If that bank you're at doesn't do it, you can go to another bank that does it. But banks, they will have all the currencies for most of the places, but generally they have to order it in though. Like they won't just have it on hand. They have to order it in for you, so you kind of have to like organize it beforehand. Okay, guys, we are, thank you. First off, thank you so much for all of your questions. They've been amazing, and I wish I can keep answering a million of them because I love helping you guys. I love answering your questions, and I love hearing about all your exciting travels. But I am ending this stream at about 10:30. I know, it's very sad. And I wanted to say one more last time before we go that there is a lovely blue button here. Again, I'm doing the stream as part of Giving Week and trying to give back, and you'll see a blue donate button up to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. You can read more about it. They're doing cancer research, providing all of these amazing services for kids who can't afford it. They're a great organization. Again, you can read more on the sidebar. You can donate there, or like I said before, I was writing postcards to you guys and gals in super chat. So if you would like a postcard still, I have lots left. Let's do some more last minute super chats. Again, all the super chat donations that you guys give in this live stream, I'm donating to St. Jude's Hospital, and I'll write you guys a postcard as a thank you to that. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream. I don't know, live streams, I'm always feel like I'm still like, I'm not like a Twitch streamer or anything like that. I'm still kind of getting the handle of live streams and how it works, and I hope the like quality is good. I hope this was entertaining for you. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Sandra. Yes, being 30 is definitely made me think a lots of stuff. And I hope I did get to a lot of your guys' questions. I know obviously I can't answer them all, but I was trying to get to a lot of them and most of you. But yes, I don't know. I just want to say thank you, and that you guys have been awesome. Thank you for being my subscribers. Thank you for following along on this crazy YouTube journey that I've been doing for many years. It's just gotten comical at this point. But I still love making videos, and I still love doing what I do, so no plans on stopping, but I like to change things up, so we'll see what 2019 has in store. But awesome videos coming your way, guys and gals. I'm gonna tell you what my next video is coming up. I've never done it before, or at least I haven't done it in many years. I've got a bloopers video coming out, and it's so stupidly funny. Oh, I know. There's a bloopers video coming out. That'll be out. I think I'm gonna put it out on Tuesday. So look forward to that. And then I've got my end of year wrap up. So my huge epic montage video, that'll be coming out at the end of the month. I've got my best and worst travel moments of 2018, which is always awesome. You guys get to hear all the stuff that went wrong on my travels and all the good stuff. And then I've got 2019 travel recommendations. So a bunch of amazing recommendations of places to travel for you guys. So these are all the awesome videos coming out, like, plus more. So lots of stuff to look forward to in the next month. I'm going to be at home getting those done. But I'm really excited that but yes, let me get back to the super chats before we wrap this up. Henry, thank you again. You're traveling somewhere at the end of January. Other the places, where would you recommend the most? Okay. Vancouver, England, Portland, Oregon. Oh, Poland. I was like, wait, Portland? Poland or Oregon? Have I been to the state of Oregon? Yes, I've been to Portland. It's awesome. If you want to go skiing, they've got some great skiing there. Vancouver, I would not necessarily recommend at the end of January. The ski mountains are not the best. It's kind of like a wetty snow. I would not recommend that. England, I feel like, is probably the same. I feel like Poland would be really awesome. I've never been there. But I feel like Poland's just used to the cold, so they probably have a lot more things in January. Actually, England might not be bad. I would say England or Poland. Oregon, if you like skiing and if you like the coast, because the coast is gorgeous in Oregon. And if you live in the US, it's probably a lot cheaper and easier. Thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte, oh, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Postcard. I'm gonna write you a postcard. Email me at admin@heynadine.com which postcard you'd like and your mailing address. Admin at Heynadine, if you want Scotland, if you want India, if you want Antigua, email me your mailing address and I will send you a postcard for your super chat. That'll go to St. Jude's, so thank you. I'll see you. Ah, thanks, Matt. I'm glad you liked my 2017 song. You're gonna like my 2018 song. It's so good. I can't wait for the videos. Yeah. Ah, Cassie, thank you. Did you already donate? I don't know. If you didn't, let me know what you want. Email me, admin@heynadine.com. I have a list of all you guys super chatted. I'm gonna be donating all the money to St. Jude's. I should wrap this up though. So thank you again for all your super chats. Those are all going to St. Jude's. And make sure that you email me your mailing address so I can write you a postcard for your super chat. Thank you guys again for coming to my live show. I love you. Thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to check out St. Jude's if you want, donate, etc. You know, I've already talked about this. And thanks for subscribing. Happy travels. All right. I got this is the longest extra ever, but thank you. Bye, 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 bye.